Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So let's try to understand the entire Bhagavad-gita in next 1 hour or so. And whatever concepts are not clear, you can ask after I complete my speaking. So in a human society, the ones who have two legs, two hands, wearing clothes, humans. In human society, there are different grades of people. The lowest level are called as Vanya Jivis or Vanya Jivana. Vanya Jivana, lowest. They are on the immoral platform, aniti. Immoral. They follow immorality very nicely. So Vanya. Vanya means forest. So they are like forest dwellers, just two-legged animals. After that comes little bit more higher, who are called as so-called cultured people, but technically they are called as Nirishwara Niti. What they follow is Nirishwara Niti. So Nirishwara Niti basically means they'll follow basic law and order of the entire state and all that. But then they are atheistic. They'll say all that you externally you see, you'll feel very nice. This person can be very close to my heart, but they're atheistic. Externally all good, but there is a problem here. Then Nirishwara Niti. Then Sheshwara Niti is a little bit more higher. Sheshwara Niti. So Sheshwara Niti basically means monotheistic, non-Vedic theism. What does that mean? It means man-made but inspired by God. Any example? Okay, Buddhism, Christianity, Islam. So all that comes in this category. Man-made but inspired by God. But still not on the Vedic platform. Still not on the Vedic platform. So what are the three different nitis that we discussed till now? First, lowest, Vanya, Vanya Jivana, or Aniti. If you want to call it in terms of niti, it's Aniti. There is no niti. Next, Nirishwara Niti. Next, Sheshwara Niti. Sheshwara Niti. Now, it is described that all these three that we have discussed are defective and they are uncivilized. But civilized means something else only in terms of Vedic culture. So as of now, all these three, they are categorized as uncivilized and defective. Now above that comes Varnashrama system. Now it's very, very important to note about Varnashrama system. The person who is part of Varnashrama and says that I'm a part of Varnashrama system. You know what is his qualification? What is qualification? Say someone says, I'm part of Varnashrama, what is the qualification? That will come later. Basic. Huh? He's a human, okay? He is to accept Vedic scriptures. Sri Vaishnava Acharya, Ramanujacharya, when he gives commentary on Manushyanam Sahasreshu, there he gives the definition of Manushya. Manushya means that person who understands scripture and who implements scripture. He is called as Manushya, or else he is two-legged animal. Now see the definition of Manushya. Not everyone is a Manushya. Everyone is a human being. Here human being, especially in Varnashrama system, human being is that person who understands scriptures and who follows or tries to implement the scriptures. So basically, no adharma is the first criteria for the person who is in the category or who says that I am part of Varnashrama. So no adharma, first one. Second, he should be having faith in scriptures. These are the two. So no adharma and faith in scriptures. So when he's having faith in scriptures, it means he tries to understand it and he tries to implement it. So now, when it comes to these personalities in Varnashrama, what is their goal? What Vishnu? To become Vishnu. To serve Vishnu? Liberation? Any shloka? Huh? Any shloka for this? Atha Pumbir Dvijay Shreshta Varnashrama Vibhagashah Swanushthitasya Dharmasya Samsiddhir Haritoshano. So everyone who is part of Varnashrama system, their goal of life is they want to satisfy Vishnu. They want to attain Bhagavad Prime. That is the goal of everyone in the Varnashrama system. Anyone who says I'm part of Varnashrama, their goal is this. That they want Bhagavad Prime. They want to attain the lotus feet of their lordships. Now, it's very, very important to note that they want to satisfy the Lord. And especially, these people from Varnashrama who opt for being in the yoga ladder, they are more particular about this one point that I want to attain Krishna Prem. Everyone in the yoga ladder, right from the lowest rung to the highest rung, they all are very eager, or they are all desiring, not eager, but they are all desiring and having the goal that I want to attain Krishna Prem, Bhagavad Prem Prapti. That is the goal for everyone. So now all these people in the Varnashrama, especially in the yoga ladder, what do they do in their day-to-day activities? So first is they do karma. Karma means prescribed duties. Prescribed duties means which dharma? Varna dharma, ashram dharma and stri dharma. Swadharma means these three. Varna dharma, ashram dharma. They are called as Purusha dharma. So Purushas, they follow these two. There's Varna dharma, ashram dharma. And stri, they will follow stri dharma. So now, anyone who claims that I am part of the yoga ladder, or even Varnashrama system for that matter, they have to follow dharma. And this is dharma for them. These are the activities they're supposed to do. Varna dharma, ashram dharma and stri dharma. Varna dharma means they'll follow Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. So they'll follow very religiously. They'll follow whatever they're supposed to do. Ashrama dharma, Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha. So they'll very diligently follow whatever duties they're supposed to do. And then stri dharma. So all the personalities who are Matajis in the society, they'll follow their dharma very properly as stri. Any one example of stri dharma? Okay, following the husband and serving the husband. Yes. So that's, one of the stri dharma. So in this way we see that Varna dharma, ashram dharma, stri dharma, everyone is supposed to do. Now along with that, there are jnana activities. I'm sure all of you might have heard many times about this. So this is given in 7th canto, 11th chapter, shloka number 8 to 12. So 21 jnana activities. What are those 21 jnana activities? Truthfulness. Now see, all these are not very high level. Everyone in the system, in the society, they will do all this mandatorily. Truthfulness, mercy, austerity, bathing twice a day, tolerance, discrimination between right and wrong, control of the mind, control of the senses, non-violence, celibacy, charity, reading of scripture, simplicity, satisfaction, rendering service to saintly persons, gradually taking leave of unnecessary engagements, observing the futility of the unnecessary activities of human society, remaining silent and grave and avoiding unnecessary talk, considering whether one is the body or the soul, basically contemplation, distributing food equally to all living entities, men and animals, seeing every soul as part of the Supreme Lord. So these are 21 jnana activities. So in the society, especially people who claim themselves to be part of yoga ladder, So all of them, they will do karma, varna dharma, ashram dharma, stri dharma. They will do this jnana activities, the 21 activities. And along with that, they will do another 9 activities. By the way, these 21 activities are basically sattvic activities. In the last 6 chapters, Krishna is going to speak about this. He is going to speak about jnana activities, especially bhakti anukul jnana. These are not pratikul, these are bhakti anukul jnana, which will enhance one's devotional service. So last 6 chapters, we will see that. If you want to understand now itself, so in 14th chapter, 17th chapter, we have this description of food in 3 categories, happiness in 3 categories. So what these personalities will do is, they will do the activities in mode of goodness. Understood, everyone? These are jnana activities basically. They will do activities in mode of goodness. Now, apart from this, everyone in the Vedic society, especially the ones who claim to be in yoga ladder, they will do these also. What are these? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. So now these are the 9 activities which everyone in the society will do. Now this was a very revealing thing for me when I was studying Shastra, especially from Bhagavad-gita, that how everyone in the society, they'll be doing all these activities. So Varna, Ashrama and Stri Dharma, that's called as karma activities. These 21 activities are called as jnana activities or sattvika activities or jnana activities. And this Navavida Bhakti or 64 angas of Bhakti, they are called as Bhakti activities. So in this way, we see that these 3 categories of activities. That's a very important thing to note, that everyone are going to do these 3 activities. Now see, when it comes to, when I said karma or the Varnashrama, Dharma, Stri Dharma, all that. Now all this are what? They are all Bhakti Anukul Karma. They are favorable to Bhakti. They are not Pratikul to Bhakti. Any example of karma activities which are Pratikul to Bhakti? Any activity Pratikul to Bhakti? Demigod worship. So when it comes to people, this was also another very revealing thing. When it comes to people who are part of yoga ladder, you know what? They all will worship only Vishnu. Everyone. They'll all worship only Vishnu. And they, because in their goal is what? Bhagavad Prem Prapti. So surely they'll worship Bhagwan only. They'll not worship anyone else. But there are people who will worship demigods. Now when they worship demigods, they don't worship demigods independently. They worship demigods as part and parcel of the Lord. But now when they're worshipping demigods, you know what they're hankering for? Dharma, Artha, Kama. They want some enjoyment. Now since they're aspiring for enjoyment, is it Anukul to Bhakti or Pratikul to Bhakti? आवाज कम है आप लोग का Pratikul. It is against. Anyone who has an enjoyment tendency, or tendency will be there, but aiming for enjoyment, oh, that's a very difficult thing. So there are personalities, even in the Vedic fold, they'll do yagyas, they'll do tapasya, this and that. Why? They want to go to heavenly planet. Why? They want to go and enjoy there. So such people are called as karmis. So in the entire yoga ladder, so when the person is advancing, what is his goal? Yes? Huh? To serve Vishnu, Krishna Prem in general we can say. Krishna Prem, that is their goal. But when they are progressing, in between, when someone drops out, because he wants to enjoy materially, they are called as karmis. Many times you will hear this word karmi from Srila Prabhupada. When he says karmi, it means this, the one who wants to enjoy, their goal is enjoyment. Dharma, Artha, Kama. Jnana activities we understood. Bhakti Anukul Jnana, that's what we talked about. What is Pratikul? Bhakti Pratikul Jnana activities, any activities that you all can talk about? What is that? Speculation. Speculation to karna hi hai. That speculation that I am not the body, I am spirit soul, that is needed. Now, Shastric speculation is needed. Even we do that. Yeah, even we do this. Shastri speculation is needed. When it goes deep, it's called contemplation. Yes. Desire for which liberation? Merging in Brahman. So this particular thing, that is to merge in Brahman, if that is the goal, then that is pratikul. Pratikul to bhakti. So now in the yoga ladder, when the person is advancing, and after some time, when he drops out, that dropout who wants to merge in Brahman, he is called as a jnani. So whenever Prabhupada says jnani, we have to understand that he is a dropout from the yoga ladder. He is not part of yoga ladder. He is dropout from the yoga ladder because he wants to merge in Brahman. Because in the yoga ladder, the goal is Krishna Prem. They don't want anything else. Is that clear to everyone? Now let's go even more deeper. How do you term someone as karma yogi? Yes, when they spend more time doing Varna Dharma, Ashram Dharma, Stri Dharma, they are called as karma yogis. By the way, whenever I am adding a word yoga, so immediately you have to understand that they are aspiring for Krishna Prem. As soon as the word yoga is added, we should be very clear, Krishna Prem. So now, this karma yogis. Now, how do we call someone as jnana yogis? Whom do we call? The one who spend more time on jnana activities. Jnana activities. Jnana activities में एक part है reading scriptures. 21 jnana activities जो देखें? Yes. So that is jnana activities. And whom do we call as bhakti yogi? Yes, the ones who attend Bhakti Shastri class. Yes. Spend more time in devotional service. They are called as Bhakti Yogi. So is that clear now? Who is a Karma Yogi? Who is a Jnana Yogi? And who is a Bhakti Yogi? So now let's go into more technical aspects of this. So there are 3 levels or 3 milestones or 3 stages we can call it as. These terminologies are important, therefore I am clarifying now itself. The first stage, in the 3 stages, the first stage is called as minimized bhakti or guni bhuta bhakti. Now what do you mean by minimized bhakti or guni bhuta bhakti? वो कम है. The time that we give for rendering devotional service, 64 angas of bhakti, that time is less. Then what is more? Karma or jnana. So in this Guni Bhuta stage or minimized bhakti stage, we have personalities like karma yogis and jnana yogis. Is that clear? Because they are the ones who will do more karma activities or more jnana activities, less bhakti activity. Therefore, all of them are part of Guni Bhuta Bhakti. Is that clear? Yes. Now, when they increase more time, to be more specific, 50% of the wakeful time. Say, how many hours people remain wakeful? Okay, how many hours people sleep? 6. 6 का कम है. 7 भी थोड़ा मतलब सब गिन लीजिए, chanting, lecture सब गिन के. So say 8 hours. So rest how many hours are remaining? 16. So 16 का 50%. That is 8 hours of bhakti. So that personality can be termed as, he is in the second stage called Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti or maximized bhakti. Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti or maximized bhakti. So we discussed Guni Bhuta Bhakti or minimized bhakti. Next is Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti or maximized bhakti. Now, that person who gives all his time just doing bhakti, he is in the third stage and he is called as Kevala Bhakta, or he is in the stage of Kevala Bhakti. So in Guni Bhuta Bhakti, they give more time, or minimized bhakti, they give more time in either karma activities. So while giving time to karma activities, are they doing jnana activities and bhakti activities or no? They are doing. So they will be called as karma yogis. The ones who are giving more time in jnana activities, they will be called as jnana yogis. So they are part of minimized stage, minimized bhakti. Then when they increase their devotion in devotional activities, more than 50% of wakeful time, then that is called as Pradhani Bhuta Bhakta or Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti or maximized bhakti. Still is he doing karma activities and jnana activities or no? Yes. The other 8 hours is doing that only. And then when it comes to Kevala Bhakta, or in the third stage or third milestone, Kevala Bhakti, Is he doing any other activity apart from bhakti? No. Only devotional service. So having understood this, let's try to understand now 3 tracks. Have you heard these 3 tracks? So we have seen the basics now. Now let's get into 3 tracks. So in 3 tracks, now if you all want to draw, then you can have 3 columns and you can start writing. That will help you out. So first track is called as Swanishtha track. Swanishtha. Swanishtha nahi hai, Swanishtha. Yes, Swanishtha. Okay, I'll display it. So Swanishtha. Second is Parinishtita. Track 2, Parinishtita. Third is Nirapeksha. These are the 3 tracks. Track 1, Swanishtha. Track 2, Parinishtita. And track 3, Nirapeksha. Now we're going to see the details of these 3. So you can keep writing the details as I keep speaking about it. So Swanishthas and Parinishthas, who are qualified for this, all the married people, the Grihastha devotees, they are qualified for practicing Swanishtha or Parinishtita track. Who are qualified for practicing Nirapeksha track? The rest, they are called as Grihatyagis. Grihatyagis are brahmacharis, vanaprasthas and sannyasis. They are qualified to practice this track. That is Nirapeksha track. Now the priorities is very nice to note. The priorities of these 3 tracks. So in Swanishtha category, their priorities, or I should say dialogue. Their dialogue is, Krishna consciousness is part of my life. You can note down these dialogues also, very important. Krishna consciousness is part of my life. So they aim at what, bringing Krishna home. Bringing Krishna into my home. That is what they aim at. So Krishna consciousness is part of my life. That is Swanishtha track dialogue. Parinishtita track dialogue is, Krishna consciousness is main part of my life. Main part of my life. And they are the ones, what they will say? They want to keep Krishna in the center and all the other activities will go around Krishna. So have you heard this line? Make Krishna center of your life. It comes from this. Second track. So we are expected to remain at least in the second track. First track, nahi. That Krishna consciousness is part of my life. Nahi, aisa nahi. Krishna consciousness is main part of my life. Third, Nirapeksha. Okay, so Nirapeksha. For them, Krishna consciousness is the only thing in my life. That is their dialogue. Krishna consciousness is the only thing in my life. And for them, there is nothing apart from Krishna. Nothing apart from Krishna. Now let's talk about their goal. What are the goals of these 3 tracks? When it comes to the Swanishtha, and they are also called as Sanishtha, so both of them are correct. Swanishtha. For them, for Swanishthas, they want to make spiritual progress because all 3 of them, they want to attain what? Krishna Prem. They want to attain Krishna Prem. But this Swanishtha category, they want to progress, but along with that, enjoyment to banta hai. They want to also enjoy in this material world. Their goal is not enjoyment, be very clear. Their goal is not enjoyment. If their goal is enjoyment, then they are not part of yoga ladder, they are dropouts. Their goal is not enjoyment. Their goal is they want to attain Krishna Prem. So that is their thing. So they are the ones who will not accept anything which will obstruct their devotional service. They will not accept anything. Enjoyment also they will not accept that obstruct their devotional service. But that dharmic enjoyment which will not obstruct their devotional service, they will take. And they want it also. They will enjoy. Now when it comes to, so these people, they mainly aspire for Krishna Prema. You can also say moksha and prema. They aspire for moksha and prema, Swanishthas. Second is Parinishtitas. They are the ones who want to attain Krishna Prema, but they have slight desire for moksha. They have slight desire for liberation, moksha. Are we talking about merging in Brahman? No. We are just talking about personal liberation. There is something called impersonal liberation, Salokya Mukti, that is merging in Brahman. and personal liberation are other four. Salokya, going to the abode of the Lord. Then Sarupya, having form like that of the Lord. Then Sashti, having opulence like that of the Lord. And Samipya, being very close to the Lord. So these are the four personal liberations. So they are aspiring for that. They want to go. They want moksha. Now Nirapekshas are the ones. They just want to serve the Lord. कुछ नहीं करना और मुझे केवल भगवान की सेवा करनी है. That's the mode. So Swanishtas and Parinishtatas, they aspire for moksha and prema. But when it comes to Nirapekshas, they aspire only for prema. That's it. Nothing else they want in life. Prema. I want Krishna prema. सुबह तो डायलॉग बाजी तो करते हैं हम लोग. The goal of life is Krishna prema. Dialogue bazi. And actually, do we actually want it? Burijan Prabhu was asking, so what do you want in life? And everyone said, Krishna Prem. Then he asked, actually what do you want? So Krishna Prem is what devotees aspire for. So Nirapekshas, they want only Krishna Prem and they just want to serve the Lord. Nothing else they want to do. So in this way, this is their goals. Now how much time they will take to attain the goal? Swanishtas, they want moksha, prema, or moksha and prema. And then Parinishtatas, moksha and prema. Nirapekshas, only prema. So how much time Swanishtas will take? Because they want, along with moksha and prema, they are okay with the enjoyments also. Thoda heavenly planet mein jate hai, and then after that we'll go there and there. Little bit enjoy, and then finally Golok, Vaikuntha we will go. So how many lifetimes they will take? Many, many lifetimes. Many lifetimes. So the ones who want to enjoy also and attain liberation also and attain prema also, since they have a lot of things in their life, so it will take a lot of time. Many, many lifetimes, not many years, many lifetimes. Parinishtitas, for them, how much time they will take? They just want moksha and prema. They are not interested in enjoyment. One lifetime. Just one lifetime. They'll leave the body and they'll go to Vaikuntha. They'll attain Vaikuntha. Nirapekshas, how much time they'll take?
In the same life.
In the same life, within that life. Not even leaving the body, within that life. Therefore we say, that devotees who are very exalted or the ones who attained Krishna, when someone hears from them, yes, that's a different level of realization that the person will get. So those people, they have already attained Krishna Prema and they are roaming around the entire world to distribute Krishna Prema. Any examples that we know? Yes, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, yes, but we normally talk about Prabhupada, that yes, Prabhupada. And all our acharyas, yes, all our Goswamis, yes, all our acharyas. So in this way we see that these are the personalities. Now it's a very important thing that how do these personalities treat different demigods? Now you have understood the basics of 3 tracks. Now how do these devotees, because all of them are devotees, how do these devotees treat the demigods? So when it comes to Swanishthas, you know how they treat the demigods? They treat the demigods as servants of Krishna and they accept demigods as their guru. Any example, any sampradaya that you want to talk about? Madhva sampradaya. They accept whom as guru? Yeah, Vayu Dev. Yeah, Vayu is Hanuman only, yes. So they accept Vayu. And also their mode is, the highest guru is Brahma. Understanding? So that's what their mode is. So they accept demigods as gurus. But when it comes to Parinishtitas and Nirapekshas, you know what they do? They accept demigods as servants of the Lord and they respect them as Vaishnavas. That's it. They don't accept them as guru. They just accept them as Vaishnavas or devotees. That's it. They don't accept them as guru. So in this way we see that in this entire thing, there is no independent demigod worship. There is no independent demigod. No one will say in these 3 tracks or in the yoga ladder for that matter that I'm a pure devotee of Ganpati. I'm a pure devotee of Lord Shiva. Koi nahi bolega. They all aspire to be pure devotees of Vishnu or Krishna. That's what their goal is, their aspiration is. Now let's begin. We'll see now Swanishta track in detail. Now the first 6 chapters of Gita is entirely about Swanishta track from chapter 2 to chapter 6. Entire thing is about Swanishta track. So let's revise quickly now about Swanishtas. So now, these personalities, that is the Swanishtas, so they are the ones who want enjoyment also. Dharma, Artha, Kama. Abhi kitna enjoy karenge? After enjoying for certain time, even the materialists out there on the street, they also get frustrated, isn't it? And those people who are hearing Bhagavatam class again and again, why won't they get frustrated? So these personalities, they start experiencing the futility of bhakti or sense enjoyment. And then, after several lifetimes, they give up. After several lifetimes, they give up. They are the Swanishtas. So basically what happens, they get a realization that this is all temporary. It's all temporary. And when they get that realization after many lifetimes, then at that time they become indifferent, to all the results of various activities. Now this is basically the vairagya or renunciation that they're getting by experience. Itna pitai, then finally, bas, I don't want to do sense gratification. So now they've got that vairagya, that renunciation. That's vairagya. Now also another very important thing, we discussed 3 milestones. First milestone, first stage, Guni Bhuta Bhakti or minimized Bhakti. Second stage, Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti or maximized Bhakti. Third stage, Kevala Bhakti. So now these personalities say, they are part of this Guni Bhuta Bhakti. Now if they want to go to Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti, aise nahi ja sakte wo log. They need to have solid vairagya and solid vidya. So vairagya and vidya are very much important. So they should have good realization, that is vidya, and they should have good renunciation. Then they are allowed to go to the next level. That's how this entire thing will be. Now, in this Guni Bhuta Bhakti, now we are talking about first stage. So in this Guni Bhuta Bhakti, you know what happens. In Guni Bhuta Bhakti, the first thing that they will do is Karma Yoga. They'll give more time in Karma. In fact, the various, I cannot get into that, it's okay. So in Karma, this particular stage, Guni Bhuta Bhakti, they'll spend a lot of time in Karma. That is Varnashrama duties, Stri duties, etc. They'll spend more time in that. And they are aiming at, ultimate aim is Krishna Prem, but they also have an intermediate goal, that is, material desires are never intermediate goal also. What is the intermediate thing? Moksha though ultimate hai. Moksha and prema. Detachment. Dharmic enjoyment to chal raha hai life mein. Oh, that's not a goal. Their goal is Riddha Vishuddhi. Karma yogis, their goal is Riddha Vishuddhi. That's purification from lust, anger, greed. That is their intermediate goal. मतलब कुछ तो दिखना चाहिए ना. When they are practicing Karma Yoga, so they have to see some result. And what is that result? Riddha Vishuddhi. Free from lust, anger, greed. So this is basically about Karma Yogi. So whenever I am saying Karma Yoga, again I am repeating. They are going to do all the 3 activities. Karma activities, Jnana activities and Bhakti activities. Is that clear, everyone? Since they give more time to Karma activities, they are called as Karma Yogis. This point has to be clear. Now, from there, Karma Yoga, now they come in touch with various personalities and they hear, say they come in touch with Jnana Yogis and they hear various different aspects of Jnana Yoga. They are hearing about Bhakti also, topmost Bhakti also, because in the Varnashrama system, Bhagavatam class was very normal, speaking from Bhagavatam and all that. They are hearing about pure devotion also, but they are thinking, Utna uppar to bhi main nahi ja sakta. I cannot go, I cannot give full time in that. Is there anything in between that I can do? The next comes Jnana Yoga. So what they do is, they switch from Karma Yoga to Jnana Yoga. And then, after coming to Jnana Yoga part, then they are like, okay, so I have come to this stage. Again, they are hearing about various different aspects of devotional service, but still they don't have the complete thing to directly go and do full-time devotional service. So they go to Ashtanga Yoga. फिर Ashtanga Yoga stage में, Samadhi stage में जाने के बाद, then they are like, okay, now I'm ready. So like this, Krishna is describing Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga in the first 6 chapters of Gita. Now see, Krishna is speaking as ekdam sequentially, one after another. But tell me, how many lifetimes is it going to take? First 6 chapters of Gita, how many lifetimes it will take up for a person? Many lifetimes. ऐसा नहीं कि एक lifetime में होने वाला है, many lifetimes. Say the person starts practicing karma yoga, many lifetimes he'll practice and then have Vidyabhushana, purification of the heart. Then, after that, he will give up the material activities, or he'll reduce the material activities and take up more jnana activities. And then at that time, he'll get another realization that is called as Brahman realization 1. What is Brahman realization 1? Because the Brahman realization 2 also. Brahman realization 1 means, I am not this body. Then what am I? Spirit soul. So I am not this body, I am spirit soul. So this realization is called as Brahman realization 1. Or Brahman understanding, or Brahman knowledge 1. So now the next realization that he gets is, or next understanding or next knowledge that he gets is, Brahman realization 2, and that is, I am qualitatively one with the Lord. I am qualitatively one with the Lord. Many times devotees ask, why Prabhupada is speaking about I am not this body, I am spirit soul? Because he knows our level. Either yehi nahi hua abhi tak. So Brahman realization 2 is nothing but I am qualitatively one with the Lord. So in fact here we can say knowledge, because there are three things are there. Information, understanding and realization. So information means, say I'm a blind man and then I'm touching various things and I know, okay, this is mic, this is table, this is chair. Understanding means some person enters the room and I understand, koi to room mein aaya hai. Realization means I undergo eye operation and I open my eyes and see everything. That's called realization. So these are the 3 levels: information, understanding, realization. Or to know, to understand and to realize. So I was asking one senior devotee about what is Brahman realization all about? When I say I'm supposed to say that I've attained Brahman realization. So what is that all about? So he was saying that that person will be able to see. You'll see in various purports or even in the shlokas, there it is said the person is able to see himself. He's able to see himself, the living entity. He's able to see himself. Now it's a very important point to note. What is he actually seeing? So Brahman or Brahma Jyoti is nothing but aggregate of all living entities. So he's able to see all that. He's able to see that effulgence. And that effulgence is nothing but particles of, or what are these particles? The living entities. And they are there in the rays of Swarup Shakti of the Lord. The Lord has various Shaktis. One of them is Swarup Shakti. Us Swarup Shakti ke rays mein, there are these different spiritual particles. And these different spiritual particles are nothing but living entities. And when he sees that, he can be called as Brahman realized person. Now after he gets his Brahman realization, then, by the way, Brahman realization ko bhi bahut time lagta hai. Because after Karma Yoga, means when Vidyabhushana happens, then he is ready to give up his family life and just focus on 21 activities of Jnana or Sattvic activities. Then in Sattvic activities, when he is doing, then with time he understands that I am not the body, I am spirit soul. And then he also understands that I am qualitatively one with the Lord. He is Sachidananda, I am also Sachidananda. And then, at the peak of Jnana Yoga, he realizes or he sees the spirit soul. Was that clear? Now, after that, this Jnana Yoga part, then towards the end of Jnana Yoga, when he realizes this, he desires or he understands that there's something called as Paramatma also. Now I want to see Paramatma as well. Then he gets into Ashtanga Yoga. Then when he practices Ashtanga Yoga nicely, already in Jnana Yoga he has done a lot of things. Then when he wants to get into the last part of Ashtanga Yoga, that is Samadhi, then that is the state where he realizes Paramatma also. So in this way you see, from Karma Yoga to Jnana Yoga to Ashtanga Yoga, what is happening? Irid Vishuddhi, then Brahman realization 1, Brahman realization 2, Paramatma realization. Bhagwan realization aaya nahi idhar. They cannot get Bhagwan realization till they do exclusive bhakti, Kevala bhakti. Is that clear to everyone? Abhi, now since this is such a long path, Karma Yoga to theek hai, Jnana Yoga has some risk. What is the risk in Jnana Yoga? Because Karma Yoga, Ridhva Shuddhi has to happen, that's prerequisite, then he has to give up his family, and then he has to do 21 activities or sattvic activities. Now what is the risk in doing Jnana Yoga? Desire for material enjoyment. What are you saying? Same. Sense enjoyment. So now just imagine the person, he felt that uska Ridhva Shuddhi ho gaya hai. I am free from lust, anger, greed. And say he gave up family life. Basically that is called as karma sannyas. So we don't have karma sannyas in iskcon. This is in this line. Karma sannyas means they'll give up varna dharma, ashram dharma. Now when he comes to that stage where he is a sannyasi now in the society, and then he is getting sense gratification desire, तो अभी क्या करेगा वो? Where will he go? कुछ नहीं कर सकता. You know what will happen? छुपके छुपके करेगा कुछ. And what is that छुपके छुपके? Nothing else called adharma or sinful activities. Now this, can you imagine? He goes to such a high level and then he falls down to adharma. He's out of yoga ladder now. It's a great risk. Therefore, Krishna in Bhagavad-gita, he is telling this very, very important point to Arjuna. He is telling this. See, in 2nd, 3rd and 4th chapter, he is speaking about Nishkama Karma Yoga. And then, in the 5th chapter, he is saying that Arjuna, you need not do Jnana Yoga. You need not get into these exclusive Jnana Yoga. What you do is you continue Nishkama Karma Yoga. Then Arjuna has a question. Then how will I get that realization? Brahman realization 1, 2. How will I get? Krishna is saying, don't worry. When you continue doing Nishkama Karma Yoga, there is jnana in it. With time, that will be revealed to you. With time, you will get that realization. So therefore, Krishna in chapter 5, he is recommending Arjuna that continue Nishkama Karma Yoga, which contains jnana within. Because as the person continues doing Nishkama Karma Yoga, by the way, when I said Karma Yoga, it means Nishkama Karma Yoga only. There's nothing called as Sakama Karma Yoga. So Sakama Karma Yoga bol hi nahi sakte. Yoga means to aim at Krishna Prem. And when you say Sakam, it means sense gratification. So it's not yoga. Is that clear, everyone? So now this Krishna is recommending that you continue Nishkama Karma Yoga. When you continue Nishkama Karma Yoga, purification is happening. With purification, the knowledge will be revealed to you. With time, you will get realization also. So in this way, Krishna is recommending in 5th chapter that yes, you can take Nishkama Karma Yoga. So now when the person goes higher and higher in Nishkama Karma Yoga, and there he gets these realizations that we spoke about, Brahman realization 1 and 2, then he thinks about Paramatma realization, and that's how in the mature stage of Nishkama Karma Yoga, the person gets into the 6th chapter of Bhagavad-gita, and that's called as Ashtanga Yoga. And in the mature stage of Nishkama Karma Yoga, he practices the stages or the angas of Ashtanga Yoga and he realizes Paramatma. So in this way, Brahman realization 1, 2 and Paramatma realization are attained in the 6 chapters of Gita. Haripur. Have you all realized 1, 2 Paramatma? So one point which I would like to make here. So the progression. Nishkama Karma Yoga, after that Jnana Yoga, after that Ashtanga Yoga, and after that Bhakti Yoga. But now Krishna and our Acharyas in Gaudiya line, they are very clear, not just Gaudiya line, even for that matter the other Sampradaya also. They are very clear. They are saying, why are you taking such a long path? Come on! So many lifetimes. Reduce the number of lifetimes. They are not saying one lifetime. Reduce the number of lifetimes. How do you reduce the number of lifetimes? They are saying, okay, you are doing Nishkama Karma Yoga, so increase the time that you are giving for Bhakti. And then go to Bhakti Pradhan. Karma, Jnana, Bhakti. So when I say Karma Yoga, what does that mean? What is Pradhan? Karma Pradhan. Karma Pradhan, Karma Jnana Bhakti. When I say Karma Yoga, Karma Pradhan, Karma Jnana Bhakti. So our Acharya is saying, and Krishna is also saying, why you have to shift from Karma Pradhan, Karma Jnana Bhakti to Jnana Pradhan, Karma Jnana Bhakti? Why you want to shift like that? Directly from Karma Pradhan, Karma Jnana Bhakti, go to the next level, that is Bhakti Pradhan Karma Jnana Bhakti. And this Bhakti Pradhan Karma Jnana Bhakti is called as, or terminology, in our 3 stages. Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. So they are saying from Guni Bhuta Bhakti, that is from Karma Pradhan, Karma Jnana Bhakti or Nishkama Karma Yoga, directly go to Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti, that is Bhakti Pradhan Karma Jnana Bhakti. Why you have to go long distance? That's what they are saying. And from there, what are they recommending? From Bhakti Pradhan Karma Jnana Bhakti, go to Kevala Bhakti. Kevala Bhakti से चले जाओ गोलोक, और क्या बचा उसके आगे. But now some person says नहीं ये बहुत ज्यादा हो रहा है, I cannot do that. So then comes the next thing. Okay, Karma Pradhan Karma Jnana Bhakti. The next is Jnana Pradhan Jnana Karma Jnana Bhakti. In short, we just say Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga. ठीक, कोई बात नहीं, चलो, you go there. But from Jnana Pradhan Karma Jnana Bhakti, then they say directly you go to Bhakti Pradhan Karma Jnana Bhakti. Well, there is a lot of bargain that is happening here. A lot of arguments. They are like, नहीं मैं नहीं कर सकता. कोई बात नहीं, चलो. Jnana Pradhan Karma Jnana Bhakti से you go to Bhakti Pradhan Karma Jnana Bhakti. And then from there, Bhakti Pradhan Karma Jnana Bhakti से Kevala Bhakti. Now someone says, नहीं ये भी ज़्यादा हो रहा है. No, I cannot shift directly from Jnana Pradhan to Bhakti Pradhan. नहीं, मुश्किल हो रहा है मुझे. Then there is कोई बात नहीं, चलो. तो गुणीभूत में चक्कर लगाते रहे. Then they say, okay, from Karma Pradhan Karma Jnana Bhakti, you go to Jnana Pradhan Karma Jnana Bhakti. Then from there you go to Yoga Pradhan Karma Jnana Bhakti. Yes, Yoga Pradhan. Yes, or Yoga Mishra. So now when they are saying Yoga Pradhan or Yoga Mishra, then they say that, okay, from there, next is Bhakti Pradhan. Go to that. And from there, go to Kevala Bhakti and go back home. Now this is, अभी इसमें अगर कोई बोलता है नहीं कर सकता तो उसको बोलना चाहिए घर पे जाओ तुम. Because this is the longest path available. Longest path. Can you imagine? Like you're doing more time, you're giving more time to karma, then you're giving more time to jnana, and then you're giving more time to yoga, and then you're giving more time to bhakti, then you're doing only bhakti. This is the longest path. But what is recommended by Krishna in Bhagavad-gita first 6 chapters? He says give more time to karma and then give more time to bhakti. That's it. Beech mein kuch nahi. That's what he is talking about. Even our Acharya is speaking about this. Karma Pradhan and then Bhakti Pradhan. They are not recommending Jnana Pradhan. Why? There's a risk. There's a risk in that. Okay, see, these are the tracks that we have discussed till now. Okay. So we have discussed clearly that these 3 tracks, this is the goal that they have. Moksha plus Prema. Moksha plus Prema. And here only Prema. Clear, everyone? Now we go to the next one. That is, this is a track. And the milestone is this, or stage 1. Guni Bhuta Bhakti or minimized Bhakti. Where, if karma is more, it is called as Karma Pradhan. Karma Jnana Bhakti. If Jnana is more, it is called as Jnana Pradhan or Jnana Yoga. And that is what is here. Then from here, when they get good amount of realization, so by the way, we are talking about Swanishtas. They go higher. When they get proper Vairagya and Vidya, they go to the next level. That is Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. So now in this very, very important point is Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, isme aayega. Minimized Bhakti. So first 6 chapters that we're discussing is minimized Bhakti or Guni Bhuta Bhakti. So till now what we have discussed is, the basic thing that we discussed was, anyone who is part of Varnashrama, what is their qualification? 2 qualifications. They have faith in the scriptures, no adharma, no pap. They don't do any pap. Very, very important. Yes. So if we call ourselves as devotee, which is the topmost rung, can we do adharma? No. No lying, no cheating. Forget about illicit sex and other things. That is like out of question. Wo to consider. Literally, they don't consider only. I was reading, which book that was? Madhurya Kadambini by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So there I was reading. And there were some places where it is said internal fight with the senses and all that. And then nowhere they're talking about sex desire and this and that, illicit sex desire. Because it's expected that ho gaya khatam sab kuch. Really? And they're not doing. They're not getting into adharmic activities. The basic qualification of a person to be in the yoga ladder is these two: having faith in the scriptures, and second is no adharma. Then after that, what we discussed? Yes, Varnashrama. We discussed about the three activities, right? So everyone does three activities. What are those three activities? Karma, jnana, and bhakti. Karma activities are Swadharma, Varna Dharma, Ashram Dharma for Purushas, Stri Dharma for Stri. Jnana activities, the 21 activities or the sattvic activities given in scriptures like Bhagavad-gita, we have sattvic activities given. Bhakti activities, the Naveda Bhakti or 64 Angas of Bhakti, to be more precise. We say Naveda Bhakti and Adi, so 64 Angas of Bhakti basically. So in this way, in the society, everyone will be doing these three activities. Then we discussed what? Then we discussed three stages. Yes, we discussed about the three stages, and in that we discussed about the dropouts also. So now when it comes to these three stages, so here are the three stages. So minimized bhakti or guni bhuta bhakti. Second, pradhani bhuta bhakti or maximized bhakti. And third is kevala bhakti or only bhakti. So now all these personalities in these in this yoga ladder or in the three tracks, their goal is prema. They want Bhagavad prema. But especially in Swanishta category, their goal is moksha and prema. And they are also okay with enjoyment. But not that enjoyment which will obstruct their growth. Parinishtita, moksha and prema. They don't want enjoyment. And nirapeksha, just prema. They just want to serve the Lord. That's it and nothing else. So when we are talking about Guni Bhuta Bhakta, they are into this stage. So when they are doing more activities of karma, more time in the activities of karma, they are called as Nishkama Karma Yogi, or also we can call as Karma Pradhan Karma Jnana Bhakti. Is that clear? And if Jnana activities, more time is given to that, they are called as Jnana Yogi or Jnana Pradhan Karma Jnana Bhakti. So now this is what is going on in Guni Bhuta. But if my goal changes, instead of moksha and prema, if my goal changes to enjoyment, sense gratification, I will be called as karmi. I'm dropout. I'm out from yoga ladder. And then I'm going higher. And then my goal becomes I want to merge in Brahman. Then drop out. He's called as Jnani. And he's still going higher. And then when he's doing Ashtanga Yoga, and then he gets the desire of Siddhis, and he's enjoying those Siddhis, he is a dropout and he's called as Kuyogi. He's out. So this way, these are the three dropouts that we discussed. So now we also discussed about how these personalities do their devotional activities. About their priorities we discussed, aspirations we have discussed, and the goal. How many lifetimes the Swanishta will take? Many lifetimes. Parinishtita? One lifetime. Nirapeksha? Within one lifetime, even before giving up the body. And then we also discussed about the stages in this particular Guni Bhuta. So in this particular Guni Bhuta stage, so we discussed about how the person who is doing Karma Yoga or Karma Pradhan Karma Jnana Bhakti, he goes to the next level. That is Jnana Pradhan or Jnana Yoga, Jnana Pradhan Karma Jnana Bhakti. Then he goes to the next level. That is Yoga Mishra. And then he goes to the next one. And that is Pradhani Bhuta. But are our acharyas telling go from Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, then Bhakti Yoga? What are they saying? Karma, Pradhan, Karma, Jnana, Bhakti. From here you jump to Bhakti, Pradhan, Karma, Jnana, Bhakti. That's Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. They are saying don't play in this Guni Bhuta stage. How long you'll keep playing here? Go to the next one. That is Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. Now the realizations that the person gets, which is the first 6 chapters that we're speaking about, what are the realizations that the person gets? Brahman realization. First is, I'm not this body, I'm spirit soul. The next one is qualitative oneness. I'm in one in quality with the Lord. That is Sachidananda. And then he's able to see. That is Brahman realization. He's able to see the spirit souls. That is Brahma Jyoti. And then at the mature stage of Nishkama Karma Yoga, The person does Ashtanga Yoga or Ashtanga and he goes to a stage of Samadhi and he gets Paramatma realization. So from Brahman realization 1, 2, then Paramatma realization. And then he gets into the higher things basically. Now the person who is in Swanishta track, only when he gets enough Vairagya and Vidya, then he is allowed to go to Pradhani Bhuta stage. Only when he has enough Vairagya, renunciation and Vidya, that is realization, then he can go to the next. So that person who is called as Parinishtita track, or the one who is in the Parinishtita track, they are the ones, even without realization and renunciation, they directly jump to Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti because they have enough faith and enthusiasm. They have enough faith. Yes, Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti is the topmost, is the best, and I should do that. As compared to Guni Bhuta Bhakti, Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti is best. I should do more bhakti. I should give more time to bhakti. When he hears in various classes, reads in the scriptures, he gets that faith. And when he gets that faith and enthusiasm, from Guni Bhuta, he spends a very little time in Guni Bhuta and just jumps to Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. So this is what happens when this faith and enthusiasm is gifted by a devotee. When it is gifted, that faith which a devotee has, when he gifts it to another person, that person also comes to the stage of Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. And that we can see in Srila Prabhupada. When he started preaching, he just gifted everyone. He did not just give faith for doing Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. He gave faith directly for Kevala Bhakti. He said, Chodo sab kuch, just do Bhakti. And look, chhod bhi diye. Brahmachari shifted to the temple. Grihastha shifted to the temple. You see? So in this way, we see that it is gifted. So the second track people, they get faith that we should do only Bhakti, or we should give more time to Bhakti, not only Bhakti, we should give more time to Bhakti, and they directly shift to this Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. But abhi Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti se Kevala Bhakti mein jaane ke liye, they need some detachment and realization. Vairagya and Vidya they need. Without that, they cannot go to Kevala Bhakti. But when it comes to the third track, they directly jump. You can think about some kid jumping, from one to another. So they, from Guni Bhuta Bhakti, they jump to Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti, directly jump to Kevala Bhakti. Because they have been given that enough faith and realization, or enough faith and enthusiasm by some devotee who has it. And now that person feels, mujhe life mein Keval Bhakti karna aur kuch nahi. In fact, even newcomers we see, when they hear the classes, they come and say also, Prabhuji, मुझे केवल भक्ति करना, मुझे और कुछ नहीं. But वो समझ नहीं आ रहा है कौन से ट्रैक कर रहे हैं, बात कर रहे हैं. Then you have to tell them, भाई आराम से. Be in Swanishta track, do your Guni Bhuta Bhakti first. पहले 16 माला करो और वो सब उसके बाद देखते हैं. Then when he does Bhakti Shastri, then he realizes, अरे बाप रे. We are talking about another track altogether. I am there in one track and I am talking about another track altogether. So this way, these are the three tracks, and this is how the person shifts from Guni Bhuta Bhakti to Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti to Kevala Bhakti, and what is the qualification, that also we discussed. So now what we understood in this three tracks, I just want to... so Swanishtha is clear. That's what is spoken about in the first 6 chapters of, or second chapter to 6th chapter to be more precise, where the person goes from Karma Pradhan to Bhakti Pradhan. Us pura level pe. But it is the slowest track is described. From Karma Pradhan to Jnana Pradhan to Yoga and then Bhakti. That will come in the 7th chapter onwards now. So this is what was described. Now, keeping that aside, because these personalities will go from one stage to another only when they have enough realization and detachment. So only when they have this realization that I'm not this body, and they get some taste. See, problem is they're lacking taste, they're lacking faith and taste. When they get the taste for Shravana Kirtan, then they move to the next one. And also at the same time, they have the Vairagya of worldly things. It's all temporary, I don't want. So they'll go to the next level, Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. What's the point of enjoying in this world? Let me just let me invest more time in Bhakti. So that's what they'll go to the next level called Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. But now when it comes to Swanishta is going to Kevala Bhakti. It is described, one nice fact, that Kevala, this Swanishtas, when they are practicing from karma, going till Ashtanga, I was hearing they'll practice Ashtanga Yoga in Tapaloka, it seems. Means they're going to go from one planet to another, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, sab karte karte, and then finally in Tapaloka, they're going to do Ashtanga Yoga to realize Paramatma. Now just imagine how many lifetimes it's going to take from going from one planet to another. And finally from Brahma Loka, the person will go to Vaikuntha. So Pura Aisa, that's the thing that Swanishtas are going to do. Now when it comes to these personalities, Parinishtitas, so they will have this, they will hear about, say all starts with hearing. They'll hear, they'll read. And by the mercy of a devotee, they'll understand. Bhakti is the only thing that I should be doing. But the only thing to nahi kar sakta main. I'll give more time to Bhakti. And they'll jump from Guni Bhuta Bhakti to Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. They'll do more. That's what we see in our organization also. So many devotees give a lot of time to practicing devotional service. I know some grahasthas, one of my friends is there. Every day he chants 64 rounds. He and his wife, we were in the same counsel group. So he and his wife, they both chant good number of rounds every day. He chants 64 rounds every day. Amazing. So grahasthas are there like that, who invest a lot of time. I know one devotee from, I think Belgaum. I was hearing about that devotee. So he had some X amount of package, but he had to invest X amount of time also. So he reduced his package to X by 2. So he got more time, 2X. He was very happy. So we have such people. How that such things happen? Faith and enthusiasm. Faith and enthusiasm, they go to the next level. That I will invest more time in devotional service. When they're getting this faith and enthusiasm, theoretically they have vairagya. Theoretically they have heard this, this enjoyment is all temporary and it's all flickering and all that. That theoretical thing only, they have so much of faith that they jump to Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. But now, when they're doing Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti, to go to Kevala Bhakti, they're expected to have enough realization and renunciation. Without that, they're not allowed to go to the next level. So, they are the ones, the Sri Vaishnavas, they focus more on this Pradhani Bhuta stage. And they are the ones who will ask this question. In their own community, they'll ask this question. Have you got enough realization? Have you realized that you want that only? Have you got enough renunciation? Then if someone gets that, then they go to the next level. That is Kevala Bhakti. Now, pure devotional service. What is the goal of pure devotional service? Krishna Prem. So the one who is doing Guni Bhuta Bhakti or minimized Bhakti, what is his goal? Krishna Prem? Yes, they want Krishna Prem. Can we call Guni Bhuta Bhakta as pure devotee? Means goal to clear hai na uska. नहीं ठीक है, desire is about the goal is pure devotional service. Heart to anyways, it's okay. क्या कर सकते हैं heart. Okay, चलो Pradhani Bhuta Bhakta, maximized bhakti. Can he be called as pure devotee? See, goal of this one, goal of both Pradhani Bhuta and Guni Bhuta is what? Moksha plus yeah, Moksha and Prema. Chalo, Prema bol dijiye. Prema and slight Moksha desire is there. Okay, Prema. So now in the stage of Guni Bhuta, when he has that desire and he wants to attain Krishna Prem, he can't be called as pure devotee. But desire is pure. No, desire is pure. Desire is pure that he wants to attain Krishna Prem. Moksha is slight, that's okay. Okay, time spent is, you're saying, is less, so we cannot call him pure devotee. मतलब केवल desire से काम नहीं चलेगा, time भी चाहिए. That's what all of you are saying. If you're saying that, it's correct. No, because desire is there, that's correct. But along with that, time also should be there. Now, you're saying something. नहीं, प्योर डिवोशनल का डेफिनेशन क्या है? अन्याभिलाषित शून्यम ज्ञान कर्मादि अनावृतम. That's the pure devotional, that thing. So here, anyabhilashita shunyam is they don't have any sinful desires. Jnana karmadi anavritam, they are not doing any karma, jnana which is pratikul to bhakti. So actually fitting, this particular definition is fitting here, Gunibhuta stage. Because they have desire to attain Krishna and they are not doing any activity that is pratikul to bhakti. They are not doing any sinful activity. Bas. No, Anyabhilashita Acharya say, one of the Acharya is saying sinful desire is not there. So bas fit ho gaya na the definition. But still he cannot be called because the time spent is less. ठीक है, time spent से भी क्या फर्क पड़ता है? फर्क पड़ता है. When you invest more time, you know what will happen? The effects of pure devotional service is seen. So in Pradhanibhuta stage, the only difference is more time is investing in bhakti and the effects of pure devotional service is seen. What are the effects of pure devotional service? You learn in Nectar of Devotion. 6 effects are there. Kleshagni, Shubhada, and the rest. The first two are not the first stage, so I'll just speak on that. Kleshagni means all the sinful tendency is gone. Gone. Tendency hai nahi abhi. And all the sinful reactions, they are also completely vanished. Shubhada, all auspiciousness in his life. So now when the person is able to display these effects, such a person can be called as pure devotee. So a person in the Pradhanibhuta stage or maximized bhakti stage, that person can be called as a pure devotee. Is that clear to everyone? Yes? So Gunibhuta, we cannot call him as a pure devotee even when he is fitting in the definition of Anyabhilashita Shunyam. But Pradhanibhuta person, he is able to display the effects of pure devotional service. Therefore, he fits in that particular category. So now, this person, Pradhanibhuta, this person will go to the next level only when he has enough Vairagya and Vidya. That is, then he will go to the stage of Kevala Bhakta. Now, it's very important to note that Swanishthas, this track, when they will do Kevala Bhakti, when they'll reach Brahma Loka, they'll do Kevala Bhakti there. I was very shocked to hear that. And this is exactly what the devotees in Madhva line, they say, in Udupi, they say that we will do Kevala Bhakti when we reach the highest planet, that is Brahma Loka. Till then, we'll go step by step. We'll go to Swarga, from there we'll go to the next, and the next, and the next, and the next. And there we'll do Kevala Bhakti. Now we're not planning to do Kevala Bhakti. If you say that we want to attain Krishna this life, they laugh at you. What you're talking about. Because they are in the slowest track. Now, these personalities, that is the ones who are doing Pradhanibhuta Bhakti, in the Parinishtita track I'm talking about, so they are like, after proving their Vairagya and Vidya, they'll go to Kevala Bhakti. They have to prove. But then, Nirapekshas, and by the way, a third जो ये है track, that is practiced by the Sri Vaishnavas. As hearing Sri Vaishnavas, they focus on Parinishtita track. And in this Parinishtita track, when they are doing Pradhanibhuta Bhakti, see, faith and enthusiasm to mil gaya na unko. Still, why they are investing only 50% of the time in Krishna consciousness? I mean, in Angas of Bhakti. Why rest of the time is not invested? What is that? No, they have enough faith. To set an example. So Krishna in Bhagavad-gita, when he says, Yadyat acharati shreshtas, he's talking about this track, Parinishtita track. He's saying that, you said, if you think that you're already next level, Arjuna, no problem. Still, you do the activities of karma and jnana and bhakti, but you have to do karma and jnana activities to set an example in the society. And then when it comes to, Parinishtitas, you will set an example. And then when it comes to these Nirapekshas, unka faith and enthusiasm itna zyada hai. It's a high dose of faith and enthusiasm. They just give up everything and they're like 24/7, I'll just do bhakti and nothing else. We see some devotees like that. Who was that devotee? I met one devotee in another temple. In 1 month, he got preached in his office. In 1 month, he decided, I'll join Brahmacharya Ashram. He's in Brahmacharya Ashram. And I think in 1 year he got saffron. Then he's just continuing his practice of devotional service from last, 2 decades or something. So there are people like that who will jump ekdam. Because that practice which they have already done, or another thing is the faith and enthusiasm that is invested in them, because that devotee who has faith and enthusiasm, so that will go in the other person and he will just jump. Therefore, it is also very important whom are we hearing from. That also makes a lot of difference. If you just are very eager to hear just some masala lectures here and there, some jokes and this and that, it's a problem. You have to hear from those who have that enough faith and enthusiasm. Therefore, we hear Srila Prabhupada. Person jumps. And by the way, this person whom I spoke about, he just came in touch with Prabhupada's Bhagavad-gita. He didn't come in touch with devotees also, I heard. He said, I came in touch with Bhagavad-gita, and then in his office there was another devotee. After reading that Gita, he got that enough faith and enthusiasm. Then there was one devotee in his team. He said that I will pay you, but you are not supposed to do any work, just speak from Bhagavad-gita. Must team member. So he was doing that. And then I think before that devotee left, this devotee left and joined Brahmacharya Ashram. And that devotee was removed from the job because he was not doing anything. Bhagavad Gita class there. Immediately he was removed, it seems. So in this way we see that how this faith and enthusiasm, it just boosts a person and the person can go to the highest level. And in this stage of Kevala Bhakti, the person has this faith. If I do bhakti, everything else will fall in place. And this is what Prabhupada talks about as Shraddha. That is, Shraddha Shabde Vishwasa Kahe Sudruda Nischay Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarva Karma Krita Hai. And Prabhupada also tags one more shloka from Gita for talking about Shraddha. What is that shloka? One more shloka which talks about this faith of Kevala Bhakti. If I do bhakti, everything else will be taken care of. One shloka Prabhupada tags. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja aham tvam sarva papabhyo moksha ishami. Tension mat lo, I'll take care. And devotee is like, okay, if you are taking care, no problem, I'll jump. And he jumps. So in this way we see that the person comes to the stage of, or the third track, that is Nirapeksha track. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, I was hearing this in a class, that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he recommends that you shift, ऐसे ऊपर तो जाना ही है, but he recommends that you shift from Swanishtha to Parinishtita and then you shift to Nirapeksha. He's talking about the lateral shift. You shift like this also and then you shift like this also. In this way, in one lifetime, attain Krishna. So these are the different things that our Acharyas are suggesting us. Firstly, in Gunibhuta stage, they are saying, why do Gunibhuta for so long? Karma pradhan hai abhi, karma yog kare koi baat nahi. Now shift to bhakti pradhan. They say go to the next. And then they're recommending, why is still a pradhani bhuta? Shift lateral, go to the next track and then go ahead. So in this way, our acharyas, they all the time they condemn karma yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga. Why? They are also bhaktas only, we understand from this. They all desire to attain prema. But they are condemning it because they are saying it takes many lifetimes. This lifetime attain Krishna. Therefore, they condemn karma, jnana, yoga. In the purports of Srila Prabhupada, in the lectures of Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada condemns so much. Kabhi devotees get a feel that they are all non-devotees. Karma yogi, jnana yogi, ashtanga yogi are non-devotees. They are all devotees. But they are taking a long track. आराम से जाना चाहते हैं. And our Acharya are like, no. Take to Kevala Bhakti or do Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti and attain in this very lifetime. Now, all these personalities, they are called as devotees. Swanishtas are called devotees only. They're nice devotees. Parinishtitas, they are called as surrendered devotees. And Nirapekshas, they are called as fully surrendered devotees. Why, What is definition of surrender? That is there, but the technical definition of surrender, the 6 symptoms, 6 lakshanas of surrender. What are those? Anikulasa sankalpa, pratikulasa varjanam, rakshashititi vishwasaha, gopatratve varnam tatha, atma nikshepa karmanya. So first 2 are accepting things which are favorable for bhakti, rejecting things which are not favorable for bhakti. So these personalities, parinishtitas, they accept those activities which are favorable for bhakti. All the activities are favorable, but those activities which are more favorable, they accept only that. And they practice pradhanibhuta bhakti. They are called as surrendered devotees. But fully surrendered, they are the ones, they'll just do bhakti. That's it. Favorable, unfavorable, nahi, only bhakti. Therefore, they are called as fully surrendered devotees. Is that clear, everyone? So, in this way, we see that in first 6 chapters, especially in first chapter, Krishna spoke about the storyline. Second chapter, third chapter, and fourth chapter, Krishna spoke about karma pradhan or nishkama karma yoga. And then in the 5th chapter, when Arjuna was like, no, I will just take karma sannyas and I'll get into jnana yoga. Krishna is like, why do you want to get into that? That's risky. What if you get a sense gratification desire there? You will fall. You'll get into adharma. So Arjuna is asking, so what am I supposed to do? Continue doing nishkama karma yoga, karma pradhan. With that, what will happen? You will get realization. Because nishkama karma yoga has got jnana within. You will get realizations. And then in the 6th chapter, Krishna speaks about at the mature stage of nishkama karma yoga, when he has knowledge now, what he's supposed to do? Practice these different angas, higher angas of Ashtanga yoga. Now he'll get realization. Brahman realization and Paramatma realization. So in this way, we see that there are these 3 tracks, and in these 3 tracks, the devotees, they keep going higher and higher. In the first track, right from the stage 1, they need a jnana and vairagya to go higher. Second track, faith and enthusiasm gets them to the stage 2. And third track, faith and enthusiasm gets them to stage 3. So in this way, Krishna describes in the first 6 chapters the longest path. And now Krishna will start speaking about the Parinishtita track and Nirapeksha track in the middle 6 chapters. And then he will speak about the Bhakti Anukula Jnana activities. The Satvika activities and others, he's going to speak in the last 6 chapters. And finally, in chapter number 18, towards the end, again he'll summarize Swanishtha, Parinishtita and Nirapeksha. And he'll tell Arjuna, Nirapeksha. Yes. But to set an example, as of now, fight. So this is the entire Bhagavad-gita that is there in its entire 3 tracks that we have discussed. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.